A new plan is in the works to address a massive shortfall of money meant to help crime victims in Indiana. WRTV Investigates found the federal funding source is running out of money. We're talking about the Victims of Crime Act, or VOCA grants. Indiana has experienced a 40% decrease in funding since 2019. That is when the state received $45 million in VOCA dollars. It has dwindled to less than $16 million. Our Kara Kinney has been tracking this problem all year and joins us now with the solution now underway.
Keep in mind, VOCA money is not federal tax dollars. It's actually gathered from fines and penalties in big federal criminal convictions. But a new proposal is in the works that would use state tax dollars.
Beth White knows the importance of helping crime victims.
Therapy, go to court with me, go to the hospital with me while I'm having a rape kit done.
She's the president of the Indiana Coalition to End Sexual Assault and Human Trafficking. It's one of nearly 200 programs in Indiana relying on VOCA funding to help victims who suffered through crimes like rape, drunk driving, robbery, child abuse, and domestic violence. VOCA grants helped Estella Robles, here on the left, a Lafayette mom and domestic violence survivor. The grants also pay the salary for her YMCA advocate. She helped us translate for Estella.
They have helped me with attorneys to pay everything.
How big is that?
Mucho. A lot, because I wouldn't be able to do that myself.
Nationally, VOCA dollars are expected to drop 42% from 2023 funding levels. Federal legislation to restore VOCA funding was filed back in April, but it's stalled. No hearing yet.
We just can't count on Washington to fix it.
So it sounds like you're saying the solution is state tax dollars.
That's right.
White is working with State Representative Julie Oldhoff on legislation to allocate at least $11 million a year for victim services through 2027.
We spend state dollars for police departments, prosecutors, and prisons. Can we spend some state dollars to help victims?
WRTV Investigates found it's not just victims of violent crime, but white-collar crime like scams, fraud, and data breaches. The Identity Theft Resource Center, a national nonprofit, relies on VOCA funding.
We can take those dollars and use them to help the victims of these crimes.
ITRC CEO Eva Velasquez is concerned about the timing of cuts. She fears there will be less regulation and enforcement of cybercrime in the next administration.
It's a terrible dynamic. I certainly don't want people to feel like they have nowhere to turn, but the challenge is going to be extreme for organizations like the ITRC and others to continue to provide those services.
Beth White points to at least 10 other states that have taken steps to address VOCA cuts, including Ohio and Michigan. They allocated millions to support crime victims. Next month, advocates like White will state their case before the Indiana legislature.
What happens if this doesn't pass?
The short answer is I don't know what the impact is going to be, but what I do know, it isn't going to be good.
Kara Kinney, WRTV.
We've reached out to President-elect Trump's transition team, and we have not yet heard back. Representative Oldhoff declined our request for an interview, but told us, quote, "I'm working on legislation asking the state for assistance with the Victims of Crime Act grant program after a significant reduction in federal funding. Since it is still in the drafting phase, there may be a few changes, but we should see a version in the Indiana General Assembly soon," end quote.